What is up, guys? It is Coasters and Things here today with another park review for you guys. In this review, we will be talking about SeaWorld San Antonio. I'm going to be talking about the park as a whole, covering every aspect. SeaWorld San Antonio, naturally, is located in San Antonio, Texas, just 20 minutes away from Six Flags Fiesta Texas. SeaWorld San Antonio is a marine life park, as with all the SeaWorld parks. It first opened in 1988. This was the last of the three major SeaWorld parks to open. San Diego came first, then Orlando, then this one was last. First, we're going to talk about the roller coasters. SeaWorld San Antonio has a total of 6 roller coasters as of 2020. Wavebreaker the Rescue Coaster, Steel Eel, Journey to Atlantis, Great White, Super Grover's Boxcar Derby, and the new for 2020 coaster, Texas Stingray. I was fortunate enough to ride all 6 of them. The big 2 are Texas Stingray and Steel Eel. I've done reviews for both of these coasters, so you can go watch those to hear my individual thoughts on both of them. But for 6 roller coasters, now that they have a wooden coaster, they have a good lineup. The only thing I would have done differently is I would have given Great White an original layout instead of just using the standard Batman the Ride layout. But still, that's only a minor nitpick. I have no other complaints for their roller coasters. For flat rides, they unfortunately only have 2, Sea Swinger and Riptide Rescue. Both of these are smaller flat rides. Sea Swinger is a small pendulum ride, and Riptide Rescue is your kind of Troika-style ride, similar to something like Bad Apple at King's Dominion or Do-Si-Do at Carowinds. They have a total of 9 rides, 6 roller coasters, 2 flat rides, and Rio Loco, their river rapids ride. If there's anything they need, I think some more kids rides, because the kiddie coaster is the only kids-based ride in the park. If they could give their kids section an upgrade like what SeaWorld Orlando did, that would be great. But the main thing that SeaWorld is known for isn't their rides, but rather their animals, particularly their sea animals. Some of the more popular animals in the park include the dolphins, the beluga whales, and of course, the orcas. You can see these amazing creatures in action in the shows. SeaWorld San Antonio does shows incredibly well. I got to see 3 shows while I was there: Sea Lion High, Ocean Discovery, and Orca Encounter. I think Sea Lion High was my favorite of the 3 because of how funny it was. Clyde and Seymour sell it. I know most people actually like Orca Encounter the best because they're amazed by what the killer whales can do. You can just tell that the trainers are very much dedicated to spending their time with these animals, training them to do the amazing things they do for us. I highly recommend all 3 of these shows, as well as the other shows in the park. In terms of food, I only had 1 meal at SeaWorld San Antonio. This was at Harbor Market. This is over near the Sesame Street Bay of Play area. I had a ham and cheese sandwich with potato chips, and it was pretty good, I thought. Their food I do recommend. SeaWorld Entertainment always does more than just typical theme park meals like burgers and chicken tenders. I've noticed that with every SeaWorld Entertainment park I've been to. I appreciate the bigger selections of eateries. The more variety, the better. Let's now talk about operations. Their operations were a little bit on the slower side, especially Great White. That thing was horrible. They were only running 1 train, and their dispatches were around 5 minutes every time. That was why I chose not to ride it more than once. Also because I've ridden Batman the Ride at Six Flags Over Georgia enough times to know what it feels like, and I had just ridden another Batman clone the day before at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. The operations on the other coasters were a bit better. I think the fastest operations I saw were around 90 seconds for Wavebreaker. Texas Stingray, interestingly, never filled its queue. Considering it's the newest ride in the park as of 2020, you would think it would have a line stretching out past the entrance sign, but that was not actually the case. So I got plenty of rides on that. I saved Journey to Atlantis for last because I didn't want to ride any other coasters afterwards while soaking wet. Speaking of wet, it rained on and off all day while we were there. So no, we did not have the greatest of weather. When we first got into the park, it was pouring and nothing was even testing yet. It was not looking good. So the first thing we did was see Clyde and Seymour, not even ride a ride. Now, there's more to SeaWorld San Antonio than just the dry park. You also have Aquatica, their water park, and Discovery Point, where you can pay to swim with dolphins in Dolphin Lagoon. In Aquatica, notable attractions include Ihu's Breakaway Falls, their capsule slide complex, Taumata Racer, their mat racing slide, and Tonga Twister, the new for 2020 slide in the park. When you enter the park, you go to the right to go to the dry park, and you go to the left to go to Aquatica. Discovery Point is off to the very far left when you enter. Interestingly, Aquatica takes up over a third of the land that the whole property sits on. One-day tickets to SeaWorld San Antonio are $76. For a SeaWorld park, that's about what you would expect because SeaWorld parks tend to be on the more expensive side. Now note, that does not include Aquatica. Aquatica one-day tickets are $60. Or if you want to go to both, you can do the 2-day tickets that get you into both parks for $86, only $10 more than the normal one-day tickets for the dry park. That is the best deal if you want to go to both parks. For their operating season, they're open almost year-round. They open, I believe, the last weekend of February and are open till December. Lastly is my overall experience. I did enjoy my time at this park. I didn't let the rain hamper my day. I would gladly go back if I was ever in San Antonio again. Between SeaWorld San Antonio and Six Flags Fiesta Texas, San Antonio is a bucket list place for coaster enthusiasts. For SeaWorld San Antonio's overall score, I will give it an 8 out of 10. This is a very nice park. What they need to do for improvements, in my opinion, is add a couple more kids' rides and make their operations quicker. But looking at the good in this park, the good definitely outweighs the bad. It was cool seeing all the animals and riding all the coasters they have. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll have more videos coming soon. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and this is Coasters and Things signing out.